we have a culture in which stress has been created. These ideas around stress is that it's terrible for us, when in fact stress is designed to move us forward towards these action steps that are rewarded, which then move us forward, and so on.
When it's inevitable, and it will inevitably arrive, that stress grows us.
I don't want to relegate feelings. Feelings are extremely important. I don't want to relegate perception. They're extremely important. But when it comes to wanting to shift the way that you function, to get better, or to perform better, or to show up better, or to move away from things like addictive behaviors, it's absolutely foolish for any of us, me included, to think that we can do that by changing our thoughts first. It's behavior first, thoughts, feelings, and perceptions follow.
That's why I say, if you can't control the mind with the mind, look to the body to control the mind. You can actually get better from stress if you're in the ocean of knowledge that stress grows you. If you tell yourself the friction that I'm feeling of not wanting to get out of bed and the reward I will feel later actually is building a system within me, and that is a true statement, you will build that system within you. If you believe this is just overcoming pain so that I can drop those pounds so that I don't have to feel terrible about myself, well, you won't build that system. The effort part is the good part. I know it's painful. I know this doesn't feel good, but I'm focused on this. I'm going to start to access the reward. You will find the rewards, meaning the dopamine release, inside of effort if you repeat this over and over again. You want to think about how hard it is and then how great it feels. Those two things need to be coupled in one's mind. When we focus only on the trophy, only on the grade, only on the win as the reward, you undermine that entire process. So how do you do this? You do this in those moments of the most intense friction. You tell yourself, this is very painful, and because it's painful, it will evoke an increase in dopamine release later. That craving and that friction and that desire, that almost kind of low level of agitation, sometimes high level of agitation, that is that I'm trying to impose my will on the world in a benevolent way, we hope. That's dopamine.
We have to be very cautious about how much of our internal dopamine we attach to external rewards if we want to continue to grow and pursue and focus and work hard. If you just want to get to some place and cash in, then fine. But most people find themselves in a pretty miserable place because their dopamine was so attached to external rewards.
And you're not trying to create certainty about the final outcome. You're trying to create certainty only about the next outcome that's en route to the final outcome.
The next action outcome.
So you want to think about milestones.
Yeah.
And so when people start realizing that if they set the goals inside of the larger goal and self-reward each one of those, they essentially have an infinite amount of energy to pursue those goals. They have an infinite amount of focus to pursue those goals.
But you also have to tell yourself that in that moment, you are doing it by choice and you're doing it because you love it. And smart people learn to adjust their celebration internally, right? This is all internal. You could throw the biggest party in the world, but as long as you're kind of laid back, because seeking is the reward. And I think for most people, we think of the reward as the finish line. And so the key is to get to the finish line, step into the end zone, but no end zone dance. It's just like, yep, and now I'm gonna go do it again.